What is going on? Welcome into the UDDA Winner podcast. I am Dan Black. Joining with me, as always, is SportyJordy, and we have another special guest tonight, Cade England, an Aggie himself. How you doing?
Doing great. Glad to be here. Glad y'all are having me on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for coming.
Your former head football coach has got a new job today, so that's exciting. Or recently, Kevin Sumlin.
That is
with
correct.
The Houston Gamblers of the newly formed old USFL. So that's exciting. You think the USFL is going to be like worth it?
I don't know. I don't really. I think it could be, but I think it might take some time. So definitely not soon, but maybe in the future for sure. We'll see. I guess time will tell.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm kind of bought in on it. If they don't, I always believe in these things. If they just don't completely screw it up, there's enough love for football in this country that there's no reason it shouldn't be successful.
I feel like we were really close to getting somewhere with the XFL. Like if the XFL had some more time, I think that had some real potential there. And we've seen guys come from the XFL that have done great in the league, like Taylor Heineke. So I think there are pros to it, but like you said, it just needs more time.
Yeah, no, and again, the COVID killed that. So
yeah,
right. I'm right there with you. I thought it had legs, but not to be.
Yeah,
anyway,
unfortunately not.
We have a great show tonight. We have plenty of NFL talk as we head into the first ever Week 18 of the NFL season. We've never had this, so it's awesome having regular season football, after the first weekend of January. Pretty cool stuff. So let's just jump right into things. As always, don't forget to, if you haven't already, to download the UDDA app and join all of our contests for this weekend. We have 3 gridiron games. Well, technically 4, because we have our Bills Mafia gridiron games. Make sure if you join all those, make sure to join the Bills Mafia Jason Tartick gridiron games for this weekend, for this final regular season game. Then 3 other gridiron games, as well as an NFL bankroll and NBA bankroll. So a lot to bet on and join this weekend. As we always do, let's recap our winners and losers heading into Week 18. An average week, or technically above average, I guess. Both of us went 3-2, Jordy. I am 27-18 on the season. You are 30-14-1.
This didn't update. I am 30-14-1. No, it says 27-12-1.
Oh,
this is last week's numbers.
I changed it on mine.
You see it on yours?
Yeah.
You see 30-14-1?
Oh, on that? Oh, no, I don't.
I was like, am I going delusional?
No,
I'm starting to sneak ahead a little bit more.
You are.
I'm getting a more. So, Cade, to give you background, when we first started our weekly pick'ems, we pick 5 money line picks every week. I had a very hefty start. I came in hot.
Okay.
And then started going like middle of the line. I hit like 3-2 for a couple weeks in a row. And then Dan got really hot and was like on my heel. Like I was only up by like a game or 2. And now I'm starting to peel away again. So we'll see how long it can last.
That's all that matters. We'll see.
That's all that matters.
But yes. Yeah, I don't think I'll catch up to you, to be honest. For the regular season.
Good.
We'll see.
Good.
We'll see. Let's recap the winners and losers from the last week. And I mean, the number one thing, and I don't even know if this is technically part of the loser bracket or not, but Antonio Brown, what a fiasco. Just there were multiple fiascos. One, the Aaron Rodgers MVP thing of the one reporter saying he's not going to vote for him due to the, vaccine stuff, which, you can have your opinion on that. But the real one was Antonio Brown I mean, what did you make of that situation? Because there's been so much more that's come out of it, since then. And I just have no clue what to believe and what's real.
I honestly read the whole statement that Antonio Brown put out, and I genuinely believe that there is truth to it. Like, I have a feeling he didn't just pull that out of thin air. Something he was injured, he was dealing with something, yada yada yada. But at the same time, I think there's truth from Bruce Arians as well, where Antonio Brown exaggerated it a lot more. And on the other hand, if you were injured to that extent, he was still running off the field, jumping up and down, throwing peace signs to everyone on his way out. So the way he handled it, even if he was injured and even if he didn't think he was going to play, whatever that story was, his outburst to throw everything into the stands and leave the field the way he did, no matter what, you can't make an excuse for that. It was immature. It was ridiculous. I mean, it was entertaining and funny. I enjoyed watching it, but from a professional athlete standpoint, you cannot act in that way, no matter what the circumstances were leading up to it. However, I think there is more truth in the fact that something along the lines, because he was so close to his bonus and he was just touches away from getting that bonus. I have a feeling there's more truth in that, but who knows? I don't know if we'll ever really know what actually happened.
That's fair. Cade?
Yeah, I mean, I saw that live. I mean, I was streaming it because I fantasy football. I was in the championship and I had 3 guys in that game. So I was streaming it and the announcers on the stream were just perplexed. They're nothing. They've never seen anything like that. I was what's going on? But yeah, from the stuff he's said and posted, I definitely agree with you that there's definitely something behind this that would have triggered his kind of response to that. But it's still a bit strange that he was just kind of just the way it happened. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nothing I've ever seen before.
No, that we'll never see anything like that. Real quick, did you win your fantasy football league?
No, I didn't. It was actually the second year in a row I got second. So
it's rough.
Did you have a B on your team?
I did not. I had Ronald Jones, who had about 4 points. Yeah, I didn't have AB, I guess, thankfully. I'm not sure. I can't remember if he played well that game or not, but
I think he got my friend texted me and said, I'm in the fantasy championship. I have AB in my starting lineup. And he just ran into the locker room with 6 points. And I was like, I'm so sorry. He ended up winning, so it was fine. But he was so mad leading up to it. So interesting situation.
Yeah. No, and it's there's a part of it that there's a lot of now sort of conspiracy behind the whole thing at this point. But no matter what, I feel like this is such a perfect AB thing to do, because he would be the only person in their right mind, or I guess not right mind in a sense, to do something like this, to be so. I mean, we've seen plenty of athletes get angry and kick things and yell and whatever. This was a different, but I also believe that this was a buildup of throughout his professional career being allowed to sort of get opportunities despite having outbursts. We saw it in Pittsburgh, we saw it in Oakland, we saw it a little bit in New England. There's data that, or there's enough that shows that this shouldn't have been surprising. I mean, not expecting this extent, but everyone has sort of allowed this to happen. So I mean, and even though after the fake Vax card thing, they let him back in to the team, that's a whole separate thing of just he's been allowed to basically do whatever he wants as long as he produces. And I think to his detriment, it led us to this.
I genuinely believe that he has actual issue. There's something
I do too.
actually wrong with him, and I want him to get because I feel part of me feels because obviously it's easy to bash him and it's easy to be like, oh my God, AB's at it again. But clearly there's something actually wrong there. So I want him to get the help that he needs, because there is talent there, but he's just too unstable and too unpredictable for teams to take another chance on him at this point. And if Bill Belichick, when he was in New England, couldn't do it, and if Tom Brady isn't going to be able to make you play your best and want to be the best you can be, no one else is going to be like, you've had the best of the best. Even Bruce Arians, I think he's a solid coach and he could keep someone in line. Whatever happened, I don't know, and I'm not going to make assumptions, but I just think you've had the best of the best in your corner. Even Mike Tomlin, who kept him in check for 9 years. If none of these guys can kind of keep him in line, nobody else at this point is going to be able to. So I think he's done. I would be shocked if we ever see him play a snap ever again. What do you guys think? Do you think anyone would pick him up?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes. I mean, it's been on 4 teams. They've had plenty of opportunities to not pick them up.
But then you don't think this is like the cherry on top?
I would hope so.
I think it is for some teams, but like also some teams are so desperate for receivers. Like you look at Baltimore and like they like, they got like Hollywood Brown. He's good. And then they got like Rashad Bateman. I guess he's young and he's gonna be good, but like so many people are desperate for receivers, and like people can make jokes with the Cowboys. I wouldn't be surprised if we picked him up, just because that's just something we would do.
That is something.
Gallup tearing his ACL. It was very far fetched. I hope we don't do it, but it wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, definitely there's teams who are desperate enough to do it. I'm not sure if it'll happen like this year. I'm not sure if he'll play again like this season for playoffs or anything, but I don't know. Maybe I could see it happening like maybe next year.
Jesus Christmas.
See. All right, let's go on to the winners. Actually, before we do that, I want to talk about the Aaron Rodgers thing for like 2 minutes. What did you think of that? And would you still vote for Aaron Rodgers, despite the whole situation that's going on with him?
I literally have his jersey hanging up, like, right. You can see the green and I love it. So I love Aaron Rodgers. I don't I don't agree with everything that Aaron Rodgers does, but I think,
for sure.
Yeah. But that's like how he's a quirky dude, and he beats, he cut off his entire family. So, the man is not going to care what anyone else thinks about him. If you can go to that extent where you don't speak to your family at all, you're not going to care what people say about you, whether you get vaccinated or not. And that's just how he is. He beats to the sound of his own drum, and he lives in his own world, and he just doesn't care. I personally think he likes to start the drama and then just pull back and watch it all unfold. Like, he's manipulative like that. He's a little crazy, just in a different way than AB crazy. But at the end of the day, I mean, Dan, you and I have talked about it extensively on here. I don't think MVP should go to a quarterback this year, just because we haven't seen anything like that spectacular. Aaron Rodgers is having a great season. Joe Burrow having a great season, but nothing that we've never seen before. But if you do look at his stats, I think he at least needs to be in the conversation. And I think the issue that this is going to bring up is how MVP voting could be rigged, like how last year Derrick Henry didn't get a single vote because they're turning it into a quarterback award. So I think this goes far past the Aaron Rodgers issue. It makes it, is MVP voting legitimate all in all? So I think that's where the issue is going to rise the most.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a weird situation.
It's a very weird situation.
Still on the Jonathan Taylor MVP.
Yeah, I'm honestly, I'm for Cooper Kupp MVP.
Anyone but a quarterback. Until a quarterback throws for like 65 touchdowns, I'm done with the quarterback's MVP.
And like last year, Aaron Rodgers deserved it. Well, out of the quarterback, I still think Derrick Henry should have gotten it last year, and he didn't get anything for it. But Aaron Rodgers last year, you can make the argument, like, it was very valid. This year, like, it makes sense, but at the same time, it's like 2 years in a row when you're not doing anything that spectacular, and Cooper Kupp's out here making history. Jonathan Taylor is the Colts. The Colts are nothing without him. So, like, I just think those guys are the difference makers. They are the most valuable players right now. Duh.
Fair enough.
Agree.
Thank you.
Glad we can agree. It's also funny because, like, this is like a little interjection because it goes back to like college football, like the Heisman and how it's like always quarterbacks. Like, don't get me wrong, Bryce Young, like hell of a football player. Great. Like I thought Will Anderson was the best player in football this year, but I guess the people who pick the Heisman don't. But I mean, like, yeah, same thing. Like quarterbacks always get that. And I would like to see something new happen, both NFL and college football. So
I agree 100%. At this point, I say you make a separate quarterback award.
I agree.
We have someone in our comments saying valid points. Thank you. That's what we like to hear. But at this point, make a separate quarterback award if you want to reward quarterbacks this heavily, and then make a different award that is the most valuable player that includes every single person. And if it so happens to be a quarterback that season, then so be it. But to just be consistently giving it to quarterbacks when there are players at other positions outplaying everyone, like it just looks annoying at this point. Like you said, for Heisman and NFL too.
Should only be given to Jonathan Taylor and renamed the Jonathan Taylor MVP award.
Wow.
All right, let's talk about the winners. I want to talk. We don't need to talk about Big Ben. I feel like we've talked about Big Ben. Like I feel like everyone's talked about him ad nauseum. Plus, he still has like a game left, and we don't know technically if he's going to retire. So yes, Matt Nagy is the worst coach. That's neither here nor there. TJ Watt though, 1 sack away. Well, technically it would be 1.5 sacks away from breaking Michael Strahan's single season record. Now there is some arguments about this that Michael Strahan did in a 16 game season. TJ Watt is doing in an 18 game season. The argument against that argument is TJ Watt missed 3 games due to injury.
Yes.
So he could have done it easily in probably 15 games. And would have been well clear of it at this point.
Yeah.
So like are you a part of the it doesn't matter how many games played it was, it's still a record no matter what? Or are you like the asterisk people that,
No, and I think you took the words right out of my mouth. He missed 3 games this season. So yes, it's an 18-game season. It's longer than what Michael Strahan played, but also like he didn't play the full season and he's still on the verge of breaking it. So I think it cancels each other out. Like you can't look at it that way. I think if Michael Strahan strictly played 16 games and TJ Watt was playing 18, I think then the argument's more valid, but it just doesn't hold true here. So I don't think you can make the point for that. Cade, what do you think?
I mean, no, I fully agree with you, to be honest. Like,
yeah,
you hit the nail on the head. That's
Yeah, like you can't, it cancels each other out. Like, yeah, Michael Strahan's season was shorter, but okay, TJ Watt was injured and he's still breaking the record. So,
yeah.
If anything, it makes it more impressive that he was injured, came back, and is still able to carry it out and make it happen, realistically.
Right. And he's probably I'm sure Strahan was too, but he's probably been battling for this all season. Like, he's healthy now, but he's probably still pretty injured too. But
yeah, for sure. Oh, absolutely. Real quick, a big topic of discussion as we move forward a little bit. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Now, this is sort of similar to the MVP conversation. Right now, it's really between Ja'Marr Chase and Mac Jones. Ja'Marr Chase is about minus 225, I think, as of today, to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, overtaking Mac Jones, who's now at about plus 185. So, 2 parts of this. One, which one are you going to put your money on? And 2, which one do you think actually deserves to win Offensive Rookie of the Year?
I think my answer for both is the same. So that's nice. I am putting my money on Ja'Marr Chase, and I think Ja'Marr Chase deserves Offensive Rookie of the Year. Oh, well, you know what? No. Hold on. I'm getting my Ja'Marr Chase deserves Rookie of the Year. Like, hands down. Mac Jones can take Offensive Rookie of the Year. Fine. No problem. Like, you know what I mean? Micah Parsons, Cade, you can go along with this. He has Defensive Rookie of the Year. There's no competition there. But when it comes to Offensive Rookie of the Year, give it to Mac Jones and then give Ja'Marr Chase the big thing, because I think he's been the difference maker.
Give him, what do you mean the big thing?
Like Ja'Marr Chase would be Rookie of the Year.
But there's two different sides of the ball.
Yeah, but Ja'Marr Chase, I think, is the best
Do you
rookie.
think he's like the best rookie? Okay,
yes,
so you want to create your own award.
Yes, I am giving Ja'Marr
Okay.
Chase everything. And I really want him to win Rookie of the Year. Like, that's who, like, Offensive Rookie of the Year. I don't know. Like, just, this is hard for me because the whole season I was Mac Jones. And then now you just see how Ja'Marr Chase is kind of like coming in and running away with it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm giving it to Ja'Marr Chase. That's who I'm putting my money on.
I don't like.
I just went back and forth 19 times.
He did. What's Mac Jones' real name?
Mac Daddy Jones. No, I don't know.
It's like McColby.
I have no idea.
Something fucking weird. I know that much. Something like Irish.
Rookie of the Year. We have Rookie of the Year is Justin Fields. I don't know if I can make that argument. I really can't. One, he didn't play the whole season. I love Justin Fields. Love, hands down love. But he didn't play every game. He got injured, and the Bears are just too in shambles to get a genuine feel. I don't think we can make this argument.
I'm a big Justin Fields guy.
Big, huge. Love Justin Fields.
Huge.
Cannot make the argument.
He just needs some help. They need to fix that team.
I'm also in on I'm also for the Ja'Marr Chase thing, mainly because Mac Jones has Bill Belichick. Like,
yeah,
it's like a cheat code.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fair. You know, that's the only reason. And I should have done it like in September, but who knew? He couldn't catch in the preseason. I couldn't make that bet.
I know. I think that was the argument too, because like everyone was so off on him. They're like, oh my God, Bengals wasted on Ja'Marr Chase. They should have went lineman, because he couldn't catch a freaking ball. And then he came out this season and was like, oh, really? And boom, he like fell off, not even fell off, but just like wasn't as explosive for like a couple of weeks. And that's when Mac Jones really started heating up. So I was like, oh my God, Mac Jones has this thing. For the last couple of weeks, Mac Jones is still playing great, but Ja'Marr Chase is just too good.
Yeah, I agree. Ja'Marr Chase is like, would you? I don't know statistically who's having the better season, but like he and Justin Jefferson, just like back-to-back years at LSU, unreal.
We got some Trey Waynes fans in here.
Trey Waynes. What an absurd pick. All right, let's go to Week 18. Our bets of Week 18. And this involves sort of my pick. Sort of involves, well, it does involve all of us because Jordy and I are known Eagles fans, and our friend here, Cade, is a Cowboys fan. He's even wearing Cowboys pajamas. You showed us before the show. You get him for Christmas, you said?
I did, yes. I did get them for Christmas. Got a Cowboys jersey too, so I'm getting all the
Who'd you get?
Cowboys love. I got DeMarcus Lawrence jersey.
Very fair.
I had to get a balanced play. I didn't want to get like a super popular like Diggs or like Parsons. I was like, I want to go low under the radar at this. So
I like it. I mean, hey, I got a Gardner Minshew jersey for Christmas.
I mean, yeah, that's you win the jersey battle. I'll tell you that. So
yeah. No, she got a ton of jerseys. She loves Justin Herbert too.
Love. I got him hanging up behind here too.
Yeah.
I have Devontae Smith, Aaron Rodgers, Justin Herbert, and Gardner Minshew. Balance.
It's a good collection, honestly.
Thank you.
All right. So I am going with the Eagles Cowboys. I have the Eagles winning, even though they are 5-point underdogs. They've been red hot, especially on the ground. They control the ball well. The Cowboys are going to be without Micah Parsons, I believe. So that's obviously gigantic. No Michael Gallup either on the other side. Mm-hmm. And they may not have Amari Cooper either. And it seems like this is just going to be a battle of the backups Saturday night. And to me, Eagles can sort of control the ball, run the ball well. They have been killing it. Minshew Mania is probably going to be back for this.
In Philly too.
In Philly too. I just I can't bet against them for how hot they've been, and I just don't like the Cowboys. So
this is going to be, now on one hand, I was like, why did this game get flexed? Because it's going to be all of our backups playing each other. But then when you look at it on the other hand, it's going to be all of our backups who are probably going to go out there and give it their all because like they want to look good and make a name for themselves a little bit, earn some credibility. And these two teams, no one hates each other more than the Eagles and the Cowboys. Like, it is rare to have that much of a hatred, like an actual, it's not even a rivalry. Like, it is straight up hate. So I do think this game is going to be like sloppy and exciting and fun just because they're going to be going so hardcore at each other for like nothing.
Yeah. No, it is literally the most pointless primetime game I've ever seen.
No, it's so like, because not Cowboys, unless I'm pretty sure Rams, Cardinals, and Bucks all have to lose for the Cowboys to move up from the 4th seed. I just can't see that happening. And the Eagles, even if we did move up to the 6th seed, it's not going to change anything for us. It's really not. So at the end of the day, this game means nothing. And I still think it's going to be so much fun because of that.
I agree.
Cade, what are your thoughts going into this one?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's gonna be like pretty scrappy, like I was saying earlier. I don't know. It'll be fun to watch. Like, it's gonna be a close game, so that always makes it fun.
Fight.
I definitely think that I was reading some stuff. I'm not sure. I know like Dak and like our starters want to play, so I think they're gonna try to play them like as much as they can in, like, the playoffs. So hopefully like that'll make up for like anything that the backups can't provide, I guess. But again, I think it's gonna be a fun game too. So
yeah, I'm excited.
Always are.
Saturday night, I'm gonna be a menace in the city of Philadelphia on Saturday night for this game.
They're not winning the Super Bowl. They're just playing the Cowboys.
Oh, I know, but it's just gonna be so fun because it's gonna be the first time where, like, even if the Eagles lose, I can be like, who cares? We're in the playoffs. Like, I don't have to, like, it doesn't determine my mood this week. I can just kind of sit back and enjoy it. And then if we win, I'll be like, we beat the Cowboys. So it's gonna be great no matter what.
That's true. Yeah. All right, Jordy, what is your bet of the weekend?
So the game that you're going to think I'm crazy, but I'm really not. The game that I'm most excited to see this weekend is the Colts versus the Jaguars, just because the AFC playoff race is so hot and there's so much that can happen. And really the Colts beating the Jags is like the one key factor where, like, if that doesn't happen and the Jags upset, then so many different things can fall into place. Utapon is my new favorite John. Yeah. That's what we like to hear. But no, if the Colts don't beat the Jags, the AFC playoff, it goes like everything is wide open. Raiders, Steelers, Ravens all have a chance. Chargers still have a chance, even though they're already in it. And you might think like, oh yeah, Colts are playing the Jags. This is so easy. No, the Colts haven't beat the Jags in Jacksonville since 2014. And it would be the most Carson Wentz thing ever to go into Jacksonville and lose and then ruin their playoff chances. So I am very eager for this game. I'm pretty sure the Colts are like still 15-point favorites or something absolutely ridiculous. I'm 100% putting money on Jags plus 15 because there is a very real chance that they wake up and beat the Colts just because of history.
I don't think they beat the Colts, but I think they could definitely cover 15.
Cover 15. Yeah. I mean, we did see what the Patriots just did to them, but
that's true.
50-10.
That was gross.
It was so fun because I like watching Mac Jones be Mac Jones, but it was gross. It was like an actual slaughter.
Yeah. No, I like the plus 15 though.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah. But literally, if the Colts, so Chargers and Raiders, and I know Cade will get into that in a second. If they're the night game, they're Sunday night. So the Colts game will already be determined. If that game ends in a tie, then both the Raiders and the Colts would make the postseason. So everything for all these other teams in the AFC comes down to if the Colts win or lose. So that's why I'm very excited for this game.
It's fair.
Thank you.
There you go.
All right, Cade, talk more about your bet of this weekend.
So I'm picking who I picked for that game too.
Yeah.
Okay, so Chargers are -3. I'm definitely taking the Chargers, and you're more Herbert. I think they have a big game. I was watching NFL Network this morning, and they were saying that the Raiders pass rush I forgot the exact stat. It generated like a certain amount of like percentage of like blitzes or something like that, and Herbert was second best quarterback rating versus that kind of blitz, and they do it a lot. And I'm like, okay, he's gonna have a huge game. They're gonna win this. Like, assuming the Colts win and don't lose to the Jags, then it'll be whoever wins makes the playoffs type of deal.
Yeah.
So, but definitely, yeah. If the Jags win, then I guess they're both chilling, I guess. But
Do you think so? If the Colts lose, do you think Raiders? See, I think this game is divisional, so I don't think they would let it happen.
Mm-hmm.
But like realistically, Raiders and Chargers could meet up before the game and be like, "Listen, let's just end in a tie, and we both make the postseason." Because that could, like, yeah, like just fake it till we make it and end in a tie, and that honestly wouldn't even surprise me. Because Raiders Chargers games, it always comes down to like 1 second left on the clock or overtime. Like they're always like these super, like it comes down to the last second Hail Mary kind of thing. So I think that game's probably the game of the weekend, honestly, especially if Colts win, because then it's literally life or death.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be nuts.
we did not tell Cade beforehand, and we should have that we don't bet on the Chargers anymore.
Oh, I rescind my state. I'm betting on the Chargers this weekend.
Oh man.
I had a really rough little stint with the Chargers. And then I gave up on them and then they won. So I was like, I'm done.
Okay,
like,
gotcha.
I'm done betting on you. And because mainly I was picking them for bias because I'm in love with their starting quarterback. But on paper, they should be a better team than their record was showing. And I was getting so frustrated with them. I was like, why are you losing these dumb games? But no, I'm back on week 18. I'm taking the Chargers.
Love it. I feel it. I think they just got more to prove. They have by far just the talented roster. Like,
yes, if you realistically compare Chargers versus Raiders, Chargers are by far a much better team. I honestly don't know how the Raiders have gotten this far. It's impressive. I don't know how they've done it. We have comments. Jags cover. I think we all are. Are we all in agreement? Jags cover 15.
Yes,
I'm taking it.
I'm in.
I'll take it.
I like it. And then can you imagine how powerful we would feel if Jags end up winning and we I love it.
It's all good. Yes, they will. Yeah. No, I think they'll definitely cover. Mainly because I just feel like because the Colts offense is so predicated on the run, they don't score that much. And like if they get up to like a big lead, they'll just take Jonathan Taylor out.
Yeah.
And then what's their offense? Yeah,
literally. If Jonathan Taylor has less than 100 yards and you force the ball into Carson Wentz's hand, they are like 0-7 or something.
Yeah,
0-6. It's ridiculous.
Really bad.
Jonathan Taylor is the Colts.
Yeah, 100%.
Literally.
Yeah. No, a lot of excitement towards week 18, the first ever for the NFL. Super excited. Cade, I know you have to run, so we appreciate you coming on and can't wait to have you on again another time.
Yeah, guys, I appreciate it. Love to come back for sure. I'll have more time next time, but definitely enjoyed it today. So
yes, awesome. Thank you for coming.
Thanks so much, bud.
Absolutely. Y'all take care.
Oh,
yeah, he's awesome.
The Southern twang.
I know, except his Cowboys are going down this weekend.
Kind of unfortunate to be a Cowboys fan.
I know.
I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
No, me either. Poor Cade. Nice guy. Terrible football team.
Kid's never seen a Super Bowl in his life.
Never. You know who has?
Couldn't relate.
Us. Yeah.
Speaking of championships, though, we do have a big one coming up on Monday. The national championship, a rematch of Alabama and Georgia. They've met, I believe, only once in the national championship just a couple of years ago. An overtime thriller. It was awesome.
Beautiful.
I believe actually it was Devontae Smith who caught the game winner. I could be wrong.
It's our guy.
I don't remember. It was one of the many Alabama receivers that are now in the NFL. So let's discuss that real quick. This game is interesting. The line is probably going to stay around 3-ish.
Yes.
Where are you leaning?
I'm so torn. Like so torn. That when these two met up just a couple weeks ago, I was all in on Georgia. And I was like, oh, Georgia's defense. I was like, Alabama, I don't think has a chance. It wasn't officially playoffs yet. Because you know how Alabama heats up in the playoffs. You like can't not take them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But at this point, I was like, I am still going to ride with Georgia. And that was so wrong. It was so wrong of me to do. And Alabama blew them out of the water. Georgia got embarrassed. And now they rematch again. And part of me wants to take Georgia. But it's like, how do you bet against Saban. So I think I'm going to play it safe. I'm hoping maybe I can snag the line at 3.5 if it ever gets to that point, because I would feel much better about that. I think Alabama plus 3.5 is a perfect bet if you can get it. I think it's safe. But this is like it's going to be a great championship, but I'm so torn on who to actually take.
Yeah, I mean, I go by the mantra of it's hard to beat a team twice in one season. Although, to be fair, Alabama has done it to Georgia before. Like, they've beaten them multiple times in a season. So that's a different situation. And I've been so in on Georgia the past few years. Like, every year I'm like, this is finally the year that they take over Alabama, and they just can't.
Yeah.
They just refuse to be able to do that. But in this situation, I just there's something in me when I saw them beat the crap out of Michigan, for lack of a better term.
Literally.
Yeah, you don't get Rich
Michigan was lifeless.
Yeah. There's just something in me that makes me believe that this is the year. I don't know why. It's probably dumb because my guess, I very seldom bet against Nick Saban and Bill Belichick, and I'm doing just that. But there's just something about the way they performed against Michigan, and I know Alabama's a different beast. I'm going with Georgia.
No, part of me wants to, but like Skeeter in our comments says, you don't get rich betting against Alabama. I'm not confident enough to take Bama money line. I am going to take them with points, and it's kind of that safety net. But I am so excited to watch this game because I really think I hope it's not a blowout. Like, I hope one of these teams doesn't come in. Like, I want it to be close and back and forth. Overtime would be great. Just make it like exciting. That's what I want to say, because they're both so good.
Yeah. And I mainly want to see it because Stetson Bennett's a walk-on, and that would just be an epic story.
Yeah.
That's mainly why I want to do it. And also one of my favorite wide receivers in college, George Pickens, is on Georgia. So, and I think he's going to be great in the NFL. So I'm all in on Georgia in that case. And I used to want to go to Georgia when I was looking at colleges, and so more back.
Your heart's with Georgia. That makes sense.
Yeah. I just like feel like they've lost so many times that something's got to go their way.
It does. I do feel the rumblings. Like, it could be their year.
They played so well. They were without a doubt the best team in college football all season. And I don't know if the Alabama game was just like a fluke and like they were just overconfident, and partially I also want to go with Bama because I think that, the ass kicking that, for lack of a better term, that Bama gave them already was sort of like their humbling for the season after they had such a great season. So I think that also plays into my decision why I'm going with Georgia, but we'll see come Monday. And we do have a great national championship 10 for 10 contest going on. So make sure before Monday night you get into our 10 for 10 college football championship contest. Should be a great game. I'm excited. What other plans do you have for the weekend, Jordy? Besides football?
No, that is my plans.
I'm with you.
I'm watching all NFL and then championship, and I'm with Skeeter here. Going to be taking our UDDA balance and betting heavily this weekend.
Of $1 million UDDA.
Yeah, we're betting $1 million UDDA bucks responsibly. It's all of the rush, none of the risk. So of course it's responsible.
I love the rush.
We love the rush. We need the rush.
Hate the risk.
Hate the risk. Oh, there goes my car payment in a weekend.
Hey,
we can't do that. No, we're using UDDA. Lots of bets this weekend. I mean, it's history. First week 18 of the NFL, and then we have college football, national. Like, it's a great weekend overall. Yeah. Can't complain.
And the same day as the national championship, also some past year history. In April of 2021, that's when the Bing Bong video first came out, that episode. It didn't surface on the internet till September, but that episode of that YouTube show, April of 2021. Fun fact for you.
Good to know. You're good with history and dates.
I love history.
Yeah, you're good at that.
I am good at that.
You're like my traveling encyclopedia.
That's what we compliment each other with. That.
Yes.
Give you facts and go from there. Yes, a great weekend of sports. Thank you so much for once again joining us. If you haven't already, make sure to follow us on all our socials at UDDA_winner and to download the UDDA app. And we can't wait to talk to you next Thursday. So long.
Yeah. Have a good weekend, guys. Bye.